Welcome to lesson 74 of A Course in Miracles. There is no will but God's. There is no will but God's. And this, well, let's just connect to it a bit deeper. You know, there is no will but God's. And connecting to this truth, immediately when we connect, it gives us peace, really. Because, you know, in our journey, we constantly try to do and to make sure that everything works out right. And this is the way it should work. And we plan and we write objectives and aims and we work, blah, 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 going crazy. But the truth is, there is no will but God. And this is not about not planning, because, I mean, even for me to be able to just sit here in front of you, in front of the computer and doing the lesson, I have to read the lesson, connect to what the lesson means for me, prepare the Zoom, record it, put it on YouTube. But yes, I do have to follow up a few things, but in between all this, there is no will but God's. So whatever I'm going to be sharing, at the end of the day, is God who is guiding me to share. And this is such a safe way of looking at our lives. And this does not mean at all that, yeah, I'm going to be sitting down here and just waiting for God to come and do things for me. No. This means, yes, I am going to follow and hear God's instructions. And once again, I want to clarify, this is not God, the religious God, but divinity, the source, light, that what the Course is guiding us through, this awakening of the egoic mind that constantly drives us crazy and tells us what to do. And if we don't do it, we fall. And if we don't do it, we lose. And if we don't do it, we die. Really, it's always under threat, that guidance, yeah? Whereas God's voice, or the source voice, is a voice of peace, peace. Is a clear voice, and there's no threats. It's not do that or else. It's a total surrender and doing the thing that comes in the right moment. And we can practice this. I mean, I've been practicing this for a while now in the sharings that I do, not only through these lessons, but through other workshops and stuff that I do. And I'm a marriage celebrant, so I also do that, just being guided. And with the weddings, I see a lot of preparation and a lot of energy going through towards preparation. And on the day, really, it is God's will. So that's one thing that I find, many times a couple really struggles in that everything is perfect, but they arrive to the ceremony really stressed and anxious. And it is very hard for them to be grounded and connected and be in the presence of love when they're doing the ceremony. So yes, everything might be perfect, beautiful flowers, beautiful dresses, great, amazing food, but they're not really present, at least for the ceremony. So there is nothing else but God's will. And the more we can hear God's, or our higher self, or the source's guidance, the safer we are, and the more relaxed we are, and we are doing what is best, even though sometimes it doesn't seem like it. So it also says, There is no will but God's. I cannot be in conflict. That's a big one for all of us that we just need to keep working on conflict, yeah? I am at peace. Nothing can disturb me. My will is God's. My will and God's are one. God wills peace for his son. So this is about peace. So if the controlling and the planning and the, that voice that tells me what to do, and I have to study and I have to go and I have to get this job and I have to buy this house, and if that gives me peace, great. But if it doesn't, maybe that's not the right path. Yeah. So at the end of the day, what we're looking for is for peace, because from peace we can create, from peace we can manifest, from peace we can love, from peace we are. Yeah. There is no will but God's. These conflict thoughts are meaningless. And God, don't we struggle with our conflictive thoughts, our thoughts of war, our thoughts of judgment, our thoughts of jealousy, of envy, of illness, of I'm not good enough, she's not good enough, he's not good enough. And we going crazy with all those thoughts of conflict. And like the course has shared before, that those attack thoughts. There is no will but God's. I share it with him. My conflicts about, and you can talk about, you can mention the person or the situation. My conflicts about are not real. So my conflicts about, and you put the word, are not real. Yeah. So this is an illusion, and we've been really looking at illusion. Yeah. There is no will but God's. I seek his peace today. And remember that this is a course of forgiveness, because it is a course about peace. And we're not at peace if we're holding grudges, resentment, and so on. So have your regular practices. Give time for yourself to really look at within which voice are you listening to, and can you differentiate both voices that you're listening to? The egoic voice that is like a parrot, and the voice of God, the higher self, the source, that is just at the beginning is very soft, but it just gets more clear and louder the more we hear it. So enjoy lesson 74, and I see you tomorrow for lesson 75.